Meeting on 103.8 megahertz cable and 105.2 megahertz ether on Radio Razo. As we informed you that we will be bringing to you tips on a successful life and career in the Netherlands. This is the hour, and we encourage that you give us a call on 020 767 1619 737 1619 should you want to react. As an introduction, at a recent municipality event in Amsterdam Southeast, we ran into Mr. Eddie Meyer, who is the incumbent VVD local chairman for Amsterdam Southeast. He started his political career since 1982. Mr. Meyer has been active in local politics and in other activities affecting the ordinary citizenry of the municipality. In this broadcast, he will be discussing helpful tips on how to have a successful life and career in the Netherlands, even as a migrant. So, Radio Voice of Naija fans, help me welcome Mr. Eddie Meyer in Radio Voice of Naija morning show. Welcome, sir.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning to you. You know, we are so joyful that you made it so early and really on time here.
Of course, yes.
And this broadcast is so special to us because you hinted that you will not be in town, and then somehow I shifted. I tried to accommodate the broadcast. I tried to cancel another appointment just to make sure that we have you before you travel.
Very good, thank you very much. Yes.
So tell us a little bit about your work in Southeast and how successful you have been with that work.
Well, I have working in politics, and that's not a full-time job.
Okay.
But in politics I've been busy within the party for years.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got a chance to have more time,
Mm-hmm.
to arrange my own time,
Mm-hmm.
then I made a step into the council, into the Deelraad of
Yeah.
Amsterdam Southeast.
Yeah.
And there I was political leader since 2006 till now.
Okay.
And I'm just going on, and after this period that ends next year,
Mm-hmm.
I will be going for the gemeenteraad, for a seat in the City Council of Amsterdam, Central Council.
Okay.
And well, that's my career in a nutshell.
So you said that politics is a partial work. So what other work do you do?
I am a manager in retail business.
Yeah, you said it is true.
Store manager.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been doing that since, well, shortly after I came from school,
Mm-hmm.
and I did my military service.
Okay. Okay, so you are a store manager in is it a pharmacist? Because you said drugist.
Drogist, yes. It's a kind of pharmacy, but you all know the Ethos, Kruidvat, that kind of stores.
Yes.
We sell medicine, but not prescriptions.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's lovely. That's lovely. So what do we we mean by being having a successful life and career in the Netherlands? Can you tell the migrants? We want to know what you mean by having a successful life and career in the
Well,
Netherlands. Yes.
if you start here as an immigrant,
Mm.
the first thing you have to do is to integrate into the society where you're coming, in this case in the Dutch society, how things work, and you have to look at it and make it your own, and then you have to look in what's important to be successful.
Yes.
And in that case I am a bit experienced, I can tell you, because my mother was one of the first immigrating communities here in Holland from Indonesia.
Okay.
And when I was born, they were middle in the process of integration. And one of the first, sorry, one of the first things you have to do, it's very important, is to learn the language,
Okay.
to learn the Dutch language.
Yeah.
And in the past I have spoken a lot to Africans also, Ghanaian people.
Yeah.
And
Did you speak with
I
Nigerians?
always urge to them, please stop working so hard,
Yeah.
having 3 jobs. Take your time for 1 or 2 years to learn the language properly, and after that you can have a better job, better paid, and you're getting your money in a more normal, easy way, and you have more spare time to spend with your family, your children, and to do other things you like.
Awesome. Wow. So you spoke to the Ghanaian community, you said, but have you had opportunity speaking as well to the Nigerian community and the other minority ethnic groups?
Well, on some of that occasions there were some Nigerian people,
Yeah.
and I've spoken to them also in between, but not in the way as to the Ghanaian people.
Yeah.
And I spoke to the Ghanaian people in the churches, some
Yes.
churches,
Yes.
and also with Radio Jim
Yes.
in some big meetings.
Yeah. 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 I think that advice is very, very necessary to the migrant group because, yeah, taking 2 years or 3 years to learn the language will have a lot to do and improve in their economy.
Yes, that's important, and when you have learned the language, you also can go to your school papers. Most of immigrants have a
Yes.
good education.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
And if they can revalue their school papers,
Mhm.
their diplomas, then they can get better jobs here in the country. And if you have that, you can make also a career. That's for the immigrants who come here when they are some elder, just after 24, let's say about that.
Yeah.
The youngers that come here with their parents mostly, they come into the school and they get some language education first and then go on with the school career here.
Yeah.
So for them it's a different path, but we can talk about that later, I think.
So what other ingredient is needed to produce the success and progress you see as being possible here among people who live in Southeast, apart from the education you have made mention of?
Well, after that, it's a step. So if you have learned the language, you can make the next step, and then you can go to look for the proper job. So leave the circle of immigrants, of the special uitzendbureaus for applicants. Just step over to the Dutch structure, to DWI, to UWV, go to the Dutch uitzendbureaus and go to look in the other companies, the larger companies, for a good job. Some I know have done that.
Yes.
And they have pretty good jobs. Some also without speaking proper Dutch.
Yeah.
Because they're working for international companies, so
Yeah.
English will do.
That would be
But
very
then if you have such a job,
yeah.
then you're very lucky. Most of the jobs you need Dutch.
I think I would like that word of international companies because for those who do not really have enough time, I mean, it's good to know Dutch, but somehow there are some who don't even have enough time, and then the international companies will do.
Yeah.
But there are also some people who speak Dutch fluently.
Yeah,
I mean, recently I had an interview with some graduates here about 2 weeks ago when we were discussing the poverty that had engulfed Southeast, as they said. And then these were graduates, some of them were lawyers, and they speak Dutch fluently and they are citizens here. But they complained of not having good jobs. So what do you have to say regarding to that?
Yeah, I think you're speaking about some younger people who had their education here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know some of those examples.
Because you made mention of going to a Dutch bureau and you register, and then you can, so these are people who speak Dutch, and yet they are not.
Yeah, that's something different, and that's a problem from school, from the education.
Okay.
If you go to school from 6 years till 18 or 20 years till you're finished with your study, all of it is about knowledge, getting knowledge, and when you have problems in getting a successful career after you had university and studied law, for example, that's all about culture. So your social skills, your cultural skills, you need them very much to have a successful career. You need them also to have a successful school career, but also after you graduated to have a successful career in work. And that's also why I initiated a project here nearby, near Arrowsay, to learn the high talented youngsters who can go to HBO, so the higher education afterwards in university. Those children to develop their social skills and to learn how Dutch society works and how the culture is. So when you come into a university, you can cope with the people there and you can connect with them.
Okay.
And also when you're getting in a large, for example, if you stay with the lawyer, in a large law bureau like we have some near Amsterdam Zuid, then you can get a successful career if you can connect with the people there. But if you can't, then you lose and you go out there within two years because you're not happy there. You can't connect with the people.
Yeah.
You don't have a network where you can cope on. And that's all you need. And before you can build that up, you need the social skills to have that connection.
Wow. And for the elder, yes, okay. Somebody wants to ask the question.
Another question. Okay, is that for the sort of building the social network, networking skills? Is that for people who are in school or just finished school, or it's also available and possible for people much older who maybe had the education long ago, but they have a problem with getting the right job? Is it which group is it for?
The project is especially for children in Southeast. And the whole project, the program we have is for children from 8 till about 18. But the project that's running at the moment is for children between about 11 and 16. And the nice thing of that project is that they have some tutors walking around and helping them. And they are all immigrant students who are now in university. And they know what problems you can face if you go on studying and you have to deal and try to connect with the general society in university. And they can teach the children some of those things. But also it's important that in the project children were taken to musea, to theater, getting to know how music works, but also how the country is working here in Holland.
Are you satisfied with that
yeah, it's good.
question?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll get back later with
Okay. So you are the chairperson of VVD party. So what are some of the plans and strategies your party has to uplift the welfare and well-being of the residents in this Southeast, especially those who are less privileged?
Yes. Well, VVD is a party for people who are very ambitious and want to make success of life and to work hard. And we know we need some things, some social, how do you call it? some social measures to well, to help some people when they are in difficult positions.
Yes.
But mostly we say people have to do it themselves as long as possible and when possible.
Okay.
And you have to have the energy to build up your own life. Well, most immigrants came here and most of them are very strong, willing, and want to have a success here. Because you don't leave your house, your home, back in Africa for you, and you come here and to do nothing. You come here to have success and to have a good life after.
Okay.
So that's the good start. And then if you have a good job and you work well, then you have success. And if you have problems with getting the connection, then we have to look what the problem is. And when it's just the language and the education to get a good career,
So when there's...
that's one thing we can do and we can focus on.
Yeah.
And there are different projects existing already for that.
Oh, so you made mention of them taking a stop for about 2 years or 3 years to learn the language.
1 year. 1 year, not 3 years.
Oh yeah, 1 year or
In
2
1
years
year
to
is possible,
learn
yes.
the language. So how would they be sustained?
What you mean?
Yeah, how would they be sustained?
Yeah.
How would they be able to live within that 1 year or 2 years when they are not working?
No, you are working, but you're working less. I know speaking to people, and I told him that, and they say, well, we work from the morning till late in the evening, so we
Yes.
don't have any time.
It's true.
So then I say, well, just take a normal standard for working hours, about 8 or 10 hours a day, and then you have time to learn the language in the evenings. It's the most available thing. And then you have time to learn language. But when you leave one job, you get less money. And then you have to make a choice. You have to make the choice, will I do with less money? Do I have to tell my family back in Africa that I can't send them so much money this year because I want to work on my own success first? It's a hard message, but it's better for the future.
Yeah, but you know.
And that's a choice you have to make.
Yeah, I come up wondering why do they think that the migrants are always sending money down to their people out there, because some of them don't even have enough to eat here. Talk less of sending out money.
That's another group. But when I'm talking about learning Dutch, then the people say, well, then I have to leave money and I can't send money home. That's what I hear when I'm talking about it. When you have speak about the people who are poor, they don't have enough money to get a good life here, so also not send any money anywhere.
Yeah.
Because they need all. Then you just have to look to their real problems. What's the situation? And every situation is different.
Yes.
Some have low paid jobs, working hard, and have too much expenses for housing and education for children and all that kind of thing. Others are in debt, also happens. Then there is a helping program with Madi, and they can help you to get rid of your debts. You have to pay all in the end, but they can help you to manage it. And also you can look to the situation of people. Sometimes there are some possibilities from the gemeente, from the council here, to have also financial aid, but you have to know if you have right for it. You also can go to the national aid you have for housing for children, and that always runs through taxes. So,
Wow.
and then you get some money for housing for children. You have the kinderbijslag. So as long as you are officially registered here, you have a lot of rights, especially when you have a difficult position.
Wow, wow. Oh, you know, from the way you are explaining the whole system, it's like it is just so structured that way, and there is no it's like the Dutch law, you cannot bend it or you cannot, it's like there's no other provision. Everything is just, it got to be this way. But my question is, or is there no way you people can synergize the potentials available here? I mean, there are some potentials here in Southeast for the improvement of the quality of life for its residents, because it's like it got to just go. Sometimes I believe that people can somehow look in and draw some other projects, not just like it has to be this way, it has to be this way. So what is your party doing to synergize the potentials available to make Southeast a better place for the less privileged?
Well, to make it better for the less privileged,
yes,
the main thing VVD wants to do is to create possibilities for those to make a better life, to make them go in help for some education if they need, to make them help for better housing, for aid for getting rid of debt, but also lead them into the officials who can help them with their income in the ways and the measures that are already existing, but only put them on the right track. And then people have to work on themselves to make success of life. We can't do that for them. And we don't give people just a big bag full of money to live.
No, people don't even want that. But
No.
I believe that...
No, the only thing we can do is to make opportunities and to facilitate them with all the things you need. Do you need some skills? Do you need education? Don't you know the way to work? Whatever you need, you name it, and you can get some help to find your way.
And so have there been some outstanding progress in that area that you guys have made?
Yeah, it already exists, most of it. Some things can go better.
Yeah.
There is some improvement possible.
Yeah.
But the main thing is that the people who are in need of it, that they can find a way and can find a place where to get that aid that they need. But most of them, especially when you're not, when you don't know the structures here, a lot of those people stay inside the house, stay quiet, don't say, don't do anything.
Yes.
And the big thing is how to find them and to reach them and to point them to the way to get help and to get a better life. And for instance, this radio, but also churches, are very good structures to find those people and to point them to the right person to get help as far as they need, and to look into their special individual situation.
Yes, awesome, awesome. Well, listeners out there, in case you want to react to our broadcast right now with Mr. Eddie Mayer, the chairman of VVD, discussing on tips on successful life and career in the Netherlands, especially among the migrants. Give us a call on 027371619. We will be taking a break, and we still encourage you to call even as you stay tuned.